Right, with that, let's talk about the American economy. The U.S. economy is once again at the center of, what has been going on. It's a political debate as inflation remains above the Federal Reserve's target and growth shows mixed signals. The Trump administration insists that it's the golden age for America. But remember, critics question the lack of a clear roadmap to bring prices down.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent argues that the administration's broader economic agenda, including tariffs, tax policies, and deregulation, will eventually deliver stronger growth and lower inflation. But critics say inflation remains above the Fed's 2% target, while uncertainty over interest rates and trade policies continues to weigh on businesses and financial markets.
Well, while the administration points to growth, investment and job creation as signs of progress, economists warn that tariffs and policy uncertainty could add pressure on prices. In fact, American consumers still face higher costs for everyday essentials. While overall inflation has eased from its peak, many households continue to feel the impact of expensive food, housing and services. And that makes inflation one of the biggest political and economic issues ahead.
Meanwhile, for the first time in nearly a decade, Americans have given Democrats a narrow edge over Republicans on handling the U.S. economy. In the latest Reuters Ipsos poll, around 37% of registered voters say Democrats have the better approach to the economy compared with 36% who backed Republicans.
And another 27% said that they were unsure or preferred another party. Now, this survey, remember, marks a significant shift as the Republicans had consistently held the advantage on economic issues through Donald Trump's first presidency, Joe Biden's administration, and into Trump's second term. In fact, the poll also shows that President Donald Trump's approval rating has been slipping to 35%, which is down from 37% in the previous Reuters Ipsos survey and close to the lowest level of his current term.
Since the U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran and the conflict that followed, U.S. gasoline prices have climbed more than 25%, with Americans paying over $1 more per gallon on average. Analysts say concerns over inflation and higher fuel costs have weakened the Republican Party's traditional advantage on economic management. The survey also points to a changing political landscape ahead of the November midterm polls. If congressional elections were to be held today, 42% of registered voters say they would support Democratic candidates, compared with 37% for Republicans. Independents favored Democrats by a 12-point margin. While the poll reflects national sentiment, the outcome will ultimately depend on competitive races. The Reuters Ipsos poll surveyed over 4,500 U.S. adults and has a margin of error of plus or minus 2 percentage points.